the numbers speak for themselves. Because at the end of the day, women are coming into places to where men are. And that's the ultimate issue with a lot of these people who have problems with things that, like I say, or some of the other guys are saying. It doesn't matter how I say it. The fact is, there's some women that just are just are angry. I don't want to say they just have a problem with black men. He can never be right. Nothing you can ever do is good. And the problem is that you have starting to have women, younger women, women period, coming over into here because here's the thing. Whether you are this or that or level up or date out, the end consumer of the product that is a woman is a man. And if you got all this theory and mindset for women and there are no men picking them up, getting them, coupling and moving on, means nothing. So let's get into it. You said, where the high value women at? Behind that preposition. Behind that preposition. The high value women would see that statement and be like, ah. See, what I listened to what 50 said. I listened to what Curtis Jackson said, and it wasn't insulting. He was stating his preference. And the thing is, why not just say, if this is what men like him want, and if I want a man like him, you're going to have to give him what he wants. I have yet to hear women in mass, when you hear a lot of sisters, especially older sisters, say black men say we're angry, we're this, we're that, we're hard to cooperate with, we're not submissive. All right. Then if you hear this, why don't you become that? You hear what, it's not as though you don't hear what these guys are saying they want. Let's just be real. You don't feel as though you have to give it to them. Because far too many women in our culture feel as though they are above the men. This is a culture thing. More than a race thing, it's a culture thing. You don't have to respect. You can say, I'll respect my man and I'll submit to my man. Yeah, but you'll give every other group, every other man in the culture, your butt to kiss. And that's not how this thing works. And sadly, while you have between 16 and 29, men have between 18 and 90. What are you going to do? Because it's not as though he said something wrong or was being overly rude. But if he decides he wants to go down the path and do something different, he has the option. So that's most. Hey man, you can't type in all caps, man. You can't type in all caps; it'll time you out. Hey man, if you come in here typing in all caps, Wallace, type like you have some sense, man. You're gonna have to go. Uh, you love Derek Jackson? Okay, cool. Enjoy. Look, man, I don't have problems with people. I don't have a problem with if you like somebody's content. I think some of the things he says is dangerous to women, especially when older women. They aren't getting on tonight. They're like, oh, I don't want that part. So, what else was I gonna say? I was listening to. I'm not gonna say the woman, but there's. I want to get back to this other part. Older women, and when I talk about older women, we're talking about from a marriage standpoint. That means women over 30. 30 years old is old to be contemplating a first marriage. Go to matchmakers, wedding planners, anybody will tell you that's just what it is. It's old to be planning a wedding. Okay? Like I said, we got to start calling things what they are. And again, I heard a woman talking about the wall, that men hit the wall too, and how If you're a black woman, the wall isn't the wall for you. This notion that you can make up rules to suit you just because again, notice how when women like this begin to speak, they want to change things because they've aged past. See, when you still have time, you don't care. If you're 22, somebody says the wall, you're not really sweating it. But when you're 29 and somebody says the wall, then you got a problem with the concept of the wall. Why? Because you wasted those years. The wall exists for a reason. The wall exists for a reason. Yeah, Derek Jackson graduated high school in 2007. Yeah, that's another thing. I gotta say, I'm looking at you women with a side eye who really listen to what he says. He just turned 30. And especially older women listening to him, you should know better. The women that can listen to him, really, if they were in their teens to early 20s, sure. There's no way a guy who just turned 30 can tell you anything. Not for the entirety of women. Let me say that. The wall. I mean, I heard this woman say, you're just wrong about the wall, and a man can hit the wall too. If a man's money is not right, he's at the wall. Yeah, but see, he can always go get more money. You can't go get more time. Can't. A man can get himself together inside of a year or inside of 3 years, turn his entire life around. You can't do that. Again, age gap dating. The group of women that have the women have a problem with it because they can't do it. Older women dating younger men know that there is no future in this. It is just a short time, but again, they're wasting the most valuable time. If a woman's dating a man 10 years younger than him, when he decides he's done with that, she's just wasted her time. And what you're going to notice is it comes down to time. Patriarchy, gender roles, traditional values, all comes down to time. So go ahead. If I got something wrong on this high value thing, go ahead, join in. But see, the thing is, Heidel, if you're typing in caps, man, it's going to block you. If you type in caps, it's going to block you. And I said it the other day. Who can tell you sisters the truth? Who can tell you the truth? All right, this is just a second. You need hello? All right, this is just a second time calling. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Tamika.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hey, how are you? How many times have you called into my show?
I think this might be my third time. The first time you weren't
Okay.
hearing me so well. The second time we had a discussion. This is my third time.
We've had 2 discussions. So what can I help you with?
I have a question. Um, you make a statement
Hold on,
sometimes.
Allison. I will get back. I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room, Allison. You'll be up next, okay?
Sure, no problem.
No. You can stay. You can stay, Tamika. Go ahead, Tamika. Go ahead. I make a statement that. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Um, so I've heard you say quite a few times that unmarried women will generally die alone. Um, but based on my observation, if
What's
a
the
woman
question?
is younger,
Question?
if a
What's the question? I don't need a statement. Just give me the question.
wouldn't a married woman who is much younger than her husband die alone as well?
But she got a chance to be married and have a life and have kids. It's not a trick question. 1 out of 3 black women marry. That means 3 out of 4 will die unmarried, i.e., die alone. It's 75% most. It's 75
Okay,
percent.
I was just saying,
It's
I was just
75.
saying,
It's 75% most.
sure, yes.
Okay, so if most black women don't marry in their lifetime, won't most black women die alone?
I agree. I'm not disputing that part.
Okay,
I'm just saying if a female is much younger than her husband, it is likely for him to pass
well, it's
away
not the
before her,
same.
and she will
Okay,
die
okay.
alone
So,
regardless.
okay, okay. You're trying to play tit for tat. It doesn't matter. She got
Okay.
married. The other ones didn't. Focus on the one. Okay, you're not married,
No,
and
I'm
this
not
is
married.
and I would say this topic likely bothers you.
No, it
Hold.
doesn't.
Oh, then why are you okay? Then what is your ultimate point? That hey, all everybody dies alone. Well, if you want to get technical, Tamika, everybody dies alone. No one dies with somebody else. That's not the point. See, let me explain something to you. Many black women are like you. You always have to be right. You're going to still argue when you're wrong on the facts. If you looked in the chat room, everybody's saying, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? Most black women die alone, and you're still talking about, well, a woman who gets married to an older man and he dies, she still dies alone as well.
For the most part, I agree with all the things that you say. This just particular part, it's almost.
Get off my show. I don't give a shit if you agree with most of the things. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to sit there and argue with your ass about the fact that most women are going to die alone if they don't get married. Wasting my time. Again, you see? It doesn't matter if you're right on the facts. Even if they agree with you, you're right. 1 out of 4 will get married. That means 3 out of 4 won't. So the 3 out of 4 that don't get married will die alone. Instead of just saying, yeah. Yeah, but isn't that just as bad as if one of the ones that got married? See what they're trying. It's almost like I heard this argument where somebody tried to make being a baby daddy and being an in-home father the same thing. We try to make dysfunction normal so we don't have to feel some way about it. If that is not a dysfunctional ass culture, I don't know what it is. And you called me 3 times. I remember your calls.